The Washington Commanders were very active at Tuesday's deadline. However, instead of being buyers and making the moves to acquire talent, the Commanders did the opposite. Washington traded both of their edge rushers at the deadline. Chase Young and Montez Sweat were both traded on Tuesday. Washington first made the move to trade Sweat to the Bears for a 2024 second-round pick. Sweat is going to be a free agent after the season, and Washington was not fully committed to him after already paying Daron Payne and Jonathan Allen. The 3 and 5 Commanders already have $48.2 million committed to just their D-line alone, and that did not include Sweat or Young. If Washington had paid either one of them, the Commanders would have passed the $60 million mark for just their D-line. It would have passed the Niners, who have the most money committed to the D-line at $61.6 million. Before the year started, there were talks about Sweat getting a new deal, but when the new ownership took over in July, there was no time for them to negotiate a new deal for Sweat. This season, Sweat is having a good year as he currently has 6.5 sacks and 10 tackles for loss. The former first-round pick also has 32 total tackles, 11 QB hits, and 2 forced fumbles. The Bears, on the other hand, seem to be buyers at the deadline. The Bears did the same thing last season at the deadline after trading a second-round pick for Chase Claypool. The pick the Commanders are getting at the moment would be the 36th overall selection. The Bears are dead last in sacks this season at just 10. Their entire defensive line has a total of 6.5 sacks this season, which is as many as Sweat has. The Bears did award Sweat with a new deal a few days later. The Bears have the money because, according to reports, Chicago will likely still have over $95 million in cap space next season, the most for any team in the league. The Commanders are currently 4 and 5 and seem like they are punting on the year. With Washington moving on from both Sweat and Young, they could also be going a different route with their head coach as well. With new ownership in place for Washington, Ron Rivera will need to make the postseason in order for him to keep his job.